You're listening to Wolves TV Matchday Live, powered by Blythe Group. Every game free to listen online via wolves.co.uk and on the move wherever you are around the world via the Wolves app. A new Premier League season brings new expectation for a Wolves team who surprised many last campaign, finishing best of the rest in the first year back in the top flight. The hopes and dreams are to challenge the established Big Six, but it's an ambition shared by today's host Leicester and many others too. The Foxes have often had the better of the Wolves, only one gold and black victory away in 48 years. Just 1 week shy of a full year ago, Nuno's side were beaten here at the King Power 2-0, so there is a score to settle. Wolves' season has already been up and running for 3 games in the Europa League, 10 goals scored, 4 of them by last year's top scorer Raul Jimenez, now a permanent member of the Wolfpack. His partnership with Diogo Jota has contributed 9 in Wolves' last 10 matches. It's the kind of occasion that you would love to be at. Down to close down Ricardo. Ricardo forwards to Jose Perez. Johnny snapping away at his heels and he wins the ball back, and it's Jota able to burst past 2 challenges here. Jota still running up towards the edge of the box, tried to pull it back infield. It'll come through to Dendoncker to strike it. Couldn't keep it down. Too high over the top of the crossbar, a long way over the top and behind for a goal kick. Still 0-0, 2 minutes play.
Yeah, you've just seen Jota, it's one of his major strengths, running with the ball and the strength that he's got to maintain it. Holding off 2 or 3 players, he just squared it a little bit to Dendoncker. But I think he was trying to hit it first time, but it just didn't set for him. He's had a touch and he's hit it straight over. But again, it just shows you what Jota can do.
Now plenty of the ball against. It's very different in the Premier League.
Of course it is. But you're going to come up against some better teams than Leicester, no disrespect to them. But you're going to come up against better teams than Leicester. And that's going to be the point that they're going to
Neves lost possession, and Didi shooting from distance just wide of the right-hand post. Ruben Neves fairly deep inside his own half in a central position, tried to use his body to shield the ball here when being closed down quickly by Ndidi, and in the end a combination of Jose Perez and Ndidi robbed it from him. Just got to be careful that they don't overplay it at times.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just got to play it forward.
I think his first touch was actually pretty decent. He just took too long to then make the pass in his decision making, and then Ndidi managed to nick it and get a shot away.
35 minutes played. Dendoncker, Bolly, Bennett all waiting on the edge of the box. Martinho to try and lift this one forwards from deep in the direction of Bennett, who climbed highest. It dropped down towards Bolly, wouldn't quite sit for him, and in the end Johnny Evans smashed it against Ryan Bennett and behind for a goal kick. It was a decent set piece actually, it hung up high in the air.
We know that Bennett's going to attack anything that's in his area. We've got a good header on it, just a bit unfortunate they couldn't really get any clear-cut shots on it or control of it.
Madison infield for Ndidi, closed off, it comes to Ricardo, forwards to Jose Perez, on to Tielemans, right hand side of the penalty area, drew Cody wide, back to Ricardo, tries to stand it up to the edge of the box. Madison attempted volley, goes back to Tielemans, who's onside, fires it across, and Vardy thankfully missed it, and it comes all the way through for a throw-in. Oh, that was close, probably the best chance of the game so far. Wolves just went to sleep after the Madison attempted volley, and Tielemans kept it alive, and somehow Vardy has not tapped this home from 2 yards out.
Oh, it's got straight between his legs. He got away with that. Yeah, so look, it's just a mistake by Madison. What a let off that is.
Doherty backwards for Dendoncker. Infield to Jota, so Juncker at his back, but Jota has spun him superbly and he's racing towards the edge of the box, and it's Jota who shoots, and it goes wide of the left-hand post of Kasper Schmeichel. Raul Jimenez was making a run across in front of him, and maybe a suggestion that it might have come off Jimenez as well. It was a brilliant turn and run by Diogo Jota, and as he hits it well wide of the left-hand post of Kasper Schmeichel. Might have been something off Jimenez as well. Unfortunate, good move though. Tried to drill it high to the far post. Bolly got underneath it, comes through to Chilwell. Tries to stand it back up into the danger zone. Awkward one to drop down for Jimenez, who controlled on the thigh and then hoofed it clear to the halfway line. Jota's not giving this up, you know, and Jota's got it from Ricardo, and it's Jota to race up towards the edge of the area. He might need support, he could go alone. He stumbles and loses his footing. Diogo Jota, what an opportunity, robbed it from Ricardo. And I just wonder whether he was caught in two minds to go alone or wait for support. It's the final action of a pulsating end to the first half. What a moment that could have been.
What a shame. It just looked like he almost ran out of steam and almost tripped over himself. I've been there before, don't worry about it.
Here comes Tielemans. Infield to Maddison. Good foot in that by Dendoncker. Neves trying to release Raúl Jiménez early. It's a super ball, and it's Raúl Jiménez into the penalty area on his right foot, cutting back onto his left. It's Raúl Jiménez back onto his right, shoots, and it's a comfortable save from Kasper Schmeichel. Again, maybe caught in two minds there, Jimenez, as whether to square it for Jota or whether to go alone, and by the time he eventually got his shot away, Leicester had enough players back there and there wasn't quite enough power behind it to trouble the Leicester goalkeeper. Martinho again will set the ball right down in that corner where the Wolves supporters are. Bolly waits outside the box, Neves just behind him. Dendoncker, Doherty and Bennett will be the runners. Jota's gone out short towards Martinho. Jimenez right in front of Schmeichel in the box. It's delivered in. Willy Bolly and Dendoncker. And then Dendoncker! Leander Dendoncker pounces for Wolves' opening goal of the new Premier League season. It's the brilliant Belgian on the mark. Leicester 0, Wolves 1.
Yeah, they talk about quality in there, don't we? So look, quality from the delivery. Wolves attacking it. Bolly and Dendoncker getting in each other's way. It's just fell to him nice, and he just volleyed it in. Schmeichel no chance.
It's what they deserve though from the start they've had this second half, isn't it? It's been all Wolves, all the pressure's coming from them. A couple of corners. It's just fallen nicely to Dendoncker there, hasn't it? And he's just smashed it in the back of the net.
Leander Dendoncker, 2 goals last season. Took him a while to get up and running in his Wolves career. Scored the final goal at Molineux last campaign, but confirmed.
I was waiting on VAR
in Europe. Just a VAR check on the goal here.
We're just watching it here on our screens.
As it comes down.
No, there's nothing to goal.
We're just checking a potential arm off Willy Bolly here.
No.
Dendoncker's header onto Willy Bolly. Now I'm not sure you can give that as any kind of intention.
I think the rule is though, if there's a handball in the build-up to a goal, regardless, it gets chalked off potentially.
Nah, it's not.
All eyes on Andre Mariner. No, it's going to be ruled out.
Really?
It's ruled out.
Ridiculous.
Well, there's the controversy that we were expecting.
That's never a free kick for me.
Wow. Cody intercepting one on the edge of his own box, meant for Vardy. And to launch it up towards Jimenez, got the flick on. Jimenez now. Jota's going to be offside here. He's been allowed to continue on. It's Diogo Jota into the box and he drags his shot across the face of goal anyway.
The officials have been told not to put the flag up, haven't they?
I think you're just generally meant to play on now until an outcome,
yeah.
And then the VAR can check it.
I mean, he wasn't a couple of yards.
Oh, he was
off
offside.
from
He was
where we were.
offside. He was offside.
So it wouldn't have counted had he got it on target anyway.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. He's not happy. I think he's just frustrated this afternoon. Things haven't just fell for him.
Michael Brighton is going to come on for the home team as well. 1 or 2 players coming across to grab a quick drink. Listen to that roar for the introduction of Cutrone. Back out wide for Ricardo. Martinho digging deep to try and close him down. The flicking infield to Youri Tielemans. Now into a central position for Barnes. Onto his right foot. Tries to curl one. Comfortable take by Rui Patricio. Slid across on his knees. Grasping the ball comfortably and safely to his chest.
Second deflection or something just to cause it a bit.
Oh, now Dendoncker has got the better of Chilwell down the right-hand side for Wolves, trying to play it back infield to Saiz. He's got Maddison in his back. He's turned well there, Saiz. Managed to hold off the Leicester man. Found Bolly. Wide to the left-hand side for Johnny. Midway inside the Leicester half, he goes. Johnny has managed to skip away from Ricardo. He's got Cotrone trying to get into the penalty area. It's pulled back for Jimenez, who takes a touch. Shot took a deflection and safely saved by Kasper Schmeichel. And Didi has it. Switched across to Chilwell. Here comes Chilwell over the halfway line to Harvey Barnes. Back out wide for Chilwell again. Another look at the watch from Andre Mariner, and this time puts his whistle to his lips and brings the game to an end. Wolves' first Premier League game of 2019-20 ends in a goalless stalemate, though there are one or two boos around, as Wolves will feel that they should have won the game. Leander Dendoncker robbed of what would have been his third goal in a Wolves shirt, as VAR had judged that the ball had come off the arm of Willy Boly, and in the build-up to it, in the end, Leicester dominated possession. Wolves maybe arguably edged the proper gilt-edged chances to it. There were quite a few opportunities where Jota and Jimenez had got into good positions and maybe didn't quite pick the right decision.